Mr. Ajay Kumar from Greece. Good morning. How are you?
Very good morning. Very good morning from New Delhi. This is Ajay Kumar, Fox Petroleum Chairman. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your appearance in our YouTube channel. Mr.
Very,
Ajay Kumar is a chairman and managing director of Fox Petroleum Group of companies. Fox Petroleum is an operator in the oil and gas industry, focusing on energy, infrastructure, and power generation and distribution. Tell me about your company and about your works in the Middle East.
so we are working since 2000. But 4 or 5, I joined Fox Petroleum in 2000. But as associate CEO, now I'm the chairman of Fox Petroleum, and we are operating in LNG especially, as well as 12 Brent crude oil. We are going to deliver the Asia's biggest LNG terminal in India, and Oman India pipeline 1600-kilometer seabed pipeline. It is the biggest one. So it will enhance India's economy from Oman to India, and 11.83 trillion cubic feet of gas will travel from Oman to India. That means it's going to be the biggest hit for this government, as India government has signed so many agreement in Middle East. So we'll be charging them, $1 for 1 cubic feet of gas for 1600 kilometers. That means $1 trillion business is coming to Foxconn. That is great opportunity given by government of India. It is under process, and within a short we'll launch it. Another things are we are having Moscow operations, very good, which explores oil. We are we are into Fox Motion Pictures. We are doing Sicily Airport also. Sicily Airport is under negotiation. Sicily, we are going to build, civilian airport. So that is under process in Fox Construction. And in Sydney also, we are doing something big. My main concern is Europe. I want a big footprint in Europe. So in the due course of time, we'll discuss with you all and enable you to know what we have planned for Greece, France, London. That is our big plan in Europe.
Yes, very nice.
Foxlum is also based in United States. We have MCC Capital for funding sources, and we are going to invest in 2021, 31st March to next 22, 20, 31st March, $12.5 billion in a huge fund in the market in different countries. So the coming days is going to be a big one for Fox Petroleum.
So, tell me
Thank
now,
you.
how do you see Greece-India relationship? About your experience.
See, from India must take Greece with a special status country, as Greece is truly a gateway for Europe for India. India and Greece enjoy, close bilateral relations, and it's not today. It's 3003 BC relationship. Annual bilateral trade is also very good, but not good one in terms of economics. It is $0.70 billion. That is around $700 million. It should increase by $1.10 billion per year. And India has been honored in your 74th rank in 2009 and 84th rank in 2013 Thessaloniki International Fair. Other side, the government of India also, the first Greek India business session was established in Athens into I think so 2019.
Mhm.
Personally, for me, I visited Greece and met Her Excellency Elena Kontora, the then finance minister. Now she is the European minister, as you say. I've Googled it, the information. She was too good. I have offered her a proposal to set up a $2 billion film city that attracts filmmakers, tourism, journalism school, journalism, center, knowledge center for any kind of journalism, media, entertainment, like theater artist. For everything, there will be, a school and colleges for all. And it will enable at least 17,000 jobs in Greece,
That's
and that to the local people. I'm not going to take, like a China, borrowing, people loading from Indian trucks and putting into the Greece. We'll
yes.
use the local people of Greece in the investment. Thank you.
This is great. This is great. It's a great plan. Well, what hinders India coming to Europe?
See, it's too many things, but I think you are putting about the neighborhood. You have got the Turkey as your neighborhood.
Yes.
We have both terror heavens as a neighborhood. Yes, your neighbor Turkey and our neighbor Pakistan both are similar in nature. So radicalization are entering Europe via Turkey. I have seen it in France, and it may deflect business coming to Europe. They wanted to destabilize us, the civilized people, the India, the European. They are very civilized, but Turkey is trying to neutralize it with their, radical, putting, pressurizing with the radical Islam. The way Turkey is behaving is not good in the interest of the business community of Europe. Europe must recall that FATF had once blacklisted Turkey in case of terror funding, and now Pakistan on the edge of getting blacklisted. Both are allies, both are dangerous to neighboring countries. Pakistan is a danger to my country because it has nothing to give. It has offered Osama bin Laden, Jamaatul Dawa, Lashkar-e-Taiba in Kashmir. That is why we have a good land bank like your country, Kashmir, but we cannot use. Indians can't use it. So, like you are being troubled by Turkey, we are being troubled by Turkey in India. So it is a very bad situation. Both the side, Greece as well as India, must recognize this threat. It is a threat not to the countries, it is a threat to the business. Must recognize it. Thank you.
Thank you. Greece and India have not seen many relations. Do you see some kind of your bigger role in India plays with Greece and Turkey crisis?
See, I take it in a different way. I mean, you are asking about the military ties. Yes, India and Greece has agreed to strengthen defense ties in recent days.
Yes.
Both parties agreed to work on the defense sector and promote cooperation between the defense industries of our two countries. India, DRDO is a big, innovative thing. Like, you need some short-range missiles, long-range missiles, short tanks. India makes, homemade tanks, made in India tanks. So if Turkey needs it, it is good for India government to assist. The boosted military ties between Greece and India comes at a time when Pakistan continues provocation in the East Mediterranean on behalf of the Turkey, despite being located 5,000 kilometers away. Their missiles can't hinder 5,000. But if India assists Turkey, India has the capability of 8,500 kilometers of ballistic missiles. So it is going to be very bad for Turkey as well as Pakistan. Greece will be the superpower. We must share an instance of history where India and Greek has best ties. And the land I belong from. It is Bihar, known as Magadha of ancient India. According to the Indian sources, Greek people has been called as Yavans. Troops seem to have assisted Chandragupta Maurya in toppling the Nanda dynasty and founding the Maurya Empire. So we have a big relationship. By around, it is not today's, it is 312 BCE. Chandragupta established his rule in large parts of the northwestern Indian territories as well. And in 3003 BCE, Seleucus I led an army to the Indus where he encountered Chandragupta. Chandragupta and Seleucus finally concluded an alliance. Seleucus gave him his daughter in marriage. So India married to a Greek, ceded the territories of Arcosia, like modern Kandahar, Herat, Kabul, Makran has been given by Seleucus to India, then, Magad government, Chandragupta. He in turn received from Chandragupta what? 500 war elephant, which he used decisively at the Battle of the Ipsus. This kind of intermarriage agreement, or we have that, it shows we have a beautiful relation with Greece, and nobody has nurtured in last 70 years. We have forgotten. The businessman like me, who knows the history and geography, has not been. I'm always in depth of the Greece country, the people. They are. My language is also Indo-European, Indo-Greek. What I speak, Maithili, is a little bit inherited from Indo-Greek. So, this marriage agreement has a remarkable fit in the campaign. Time is for India to return favor to Greece. by coming on their side in 2020. If Turkey has any problem, India government must come face to face between Turkey and Greece, between Turkey and Greece. It should not go side by side with Greece. India must come in between Turkey and Greece and protect Greece interest. This is what I feel. This is what I feel. We have a great relationship with the oldest civilization, Greek civilization, and country must respect. India must respect Greece. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kumar, the trio Turkey, China, Pakistan is an urgent threat to India and Indian economy. How do Indian businessmen counter the damage in business caused by trio?
See, likewise, forming alliance with France, Greece, India in a row, we will be able to counter Turkey, China, Pakistan. See, France is a good country with innovative, more technologies. Greece has a silence, is a gateway for India, and India has the manpower and investment now. It is good. It is good. We'll be able to counter China, Pakistan if we all three join hands. France is supporting Greece. India is supporting Greece and France. This means the trio has been confined. This trio has similar qualifications. Like Turkey is a new modern terror haven. Pakistan, since its inception, is a terror-producing country, and China is non-reliable and banned country by people of many countries after this pandemic. Whereas India, Greece, France has a history of long relationship since 3003 BCE, and we accept innovation, trade, support each other's economy. This is what makes business environment. This is what we are going to forge to counter trio. Pakistan, Turkey, China, a bad element in trade is going to be the best alliance, will enhance trade, respect between people and economy. Our alliance, India, Greece, France, will make uh, you know peace in entire region.
Yes.
It will show strength.
Mr.
Thank you.
Kumar, my last question. What is your outlook for the global oil and gas industry?
See, global oil and gas industry is in this pandemic era is suffering a little bit due to OPEC also. OPEC plus also is giving, the one side is buying country, another side is investors. Like in OPEC plus also, they have started cutting down by 0.50 million barrels per day. That is a good instance. I have heard in the OPEC meeting also, attended via webinar. They are doing it good, and if they'll cut down the little bit prices, so investors should get started money of their investments. If they are not getting the money, they'll not reinvest. That means oil market will go more down. If they invest, give the investors a good return, it's going to be beneficial to all of us. On the other hand, the buying countries like China, India, and other countries, Japan also, they buy, only import. So they need to rethink. Even if, the India government, we buy cheaper petroleum products, the government of India is not giving too much subsidy because of the, pandemic. We are losing capital in India. The government is losing the entire GDP. So it is not a good time to ask government to do some measures, because the government has to run with the money, and the government needs more money to run the economy as well as the entire country, the infrastructure as well as the military. So they need money, and we cannot say at this moment government of India cut down the oil prices. At this moment is not the right time, but India government can do as a buying country. Those who are producing, they should cut down their production. OPEC plus and OPEC. OPEC plus means like Russia also. They should cut down the production, because we don't have such a storage facility. We don't have that much infrastructure of storage. If they'll produce more, and there is no buyer in pandemic, very less consumption. So it is going for everyone to decrease the oil prices and put them on sale, like discounts and discounts and discounts. So it is going to kill the investor. So if the investors get killed, it is going to be very difficult for oil economy to survive. Oil economy does not survive. That means we invest in too many things. Like we earn from oil, and then we invest in entertainment. Like told you, in Greece, I have a plan of $2 billion in coming 1 year. From 21 to 22, I'll be putting $2 billion in Greece. I'm alone, single company. And that is the oil business money. So that's how every oil business partners, they do some investments in hospital sector, somebody is doing in a mobile sector, somebody is doing in banking sectors. So they earn and they reinvest. They don't keep the money in their bank accounts. So if the oil investors get down, it's going to be the wrong time for oil economy. It means so many countries will be in trouble. So this is not the right time, OPEC Plus, to continue with the rapid, more productions. They should stop production. They should cut down the production. Thus, the investor enjoy of $50, $60. That is a benchmark price for oil companies. $50 to $60 is a good price for oil. Now, $100 is again is not a good price for oil. I find it very, support those OPEC countries. $100 or $130 per barrel is not a good price. It's a killing to other economy. $60 is a benchmark price. $60, $65 is a good price. Let them cut down their prices. Production, so that the oil prices may increase. Stock exchange may get a little boost, as well as the investor will get the good return. So they can invest in other sectors. It will be good for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kumar, for this interview.
We are most welcome. You have been fabulous. You've got the best questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
हमारी आपसे ये गुजारिश है कि अगर अभी तक आपने हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो YouTube पर जाएं, डेमोक्रेसी एक्सप्रेस सर्च करें, इसे सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन दबाएं ताकि आप तक हमारी सभी नोटिफिकेशंस पहुंच सके।